Hi there and welcome to our next edition of our B5 topic. Now today we're going to be looking at the circulatory system, not just in humans but in animals and other organisms. Anyway, I hope you enjoy and I will see you at the end. So here are our objectives for today's lesson. By the end of this lesson you should know and understand about the circulatory system, the role of both single and double circulatory systems, and how ideas about the circulation have changed over time. Now we're going to look at different types of circulatory systems. Now if we focus on very simple organisms such as an amoeba, it's a single-celled organism with just a nucleus and just one cell. Now they don't have a circulatory system as we would recognise it, but all they do is they have oxygen diffuses in, nutrients will diffuse in, and any waste products will diffuse out. So they use diffusion to get the nutrients into their body. Now, bigger animals need a proper circulatory system. Now, some animals, such as insects, will have an open circulatory system. Now, in an insect, for example, they will have no blood vessels. The oxygen and the nutrients and everything else will just fill up the body cavity and it will circulate through. So if, for example, we look at a wasp here, you can see that it will move into here and then it will just circulate around that system there and within the thorax as well. So that's what we call an open circulatory system. Now, the oxygen will be delivered all over the body and it will be able to deliver the oxygen for respiring cells. Now, if we look at the more familiar circulatory system that we have, it's a closed circulatory system. Now, this is something that we're probably more familiar with, where we have we've got a picture with Greek letters on it, where we have the heart, which pumps blood around the body and then it delivers it back to the heart where it collects the oxygen. But here we've got it internally and it's moving around the body. Now, the heart is quite a powerful muscle and it needs glucose and oxygen to be delivered to it. Now the way it gets its energy is through one particular blood vessel, and that's a coronary artery. So that supplies the glucose and the oxygen for the cells within the heart. Now we're going to look at the closed circulatory systems, and this is where the blood will travel from the heart to different areas of the body. Now we'll start with the single circulatory system, and this is where we start at the heart. Now from the heart we go to the gills. From the gills, where we collect oxygen and remove carbon dioxide, we go to the body, and that's where we can do our respiration. And then from the body we go back to the heart so it can be pumped around. Now the blood vessels here will carry oxygenated blood and deoxygenated blood around the body, so you'll have a mixture of the two. Now with a double circulatory system, again we start at the heart, we go from the heart. This time, instead of the gills, we go to the lungs. Now, the lungs collect oxygen and it goes around the body. Now, from the body, we go back to the lungs, and that's where we do the diffusion, where we get rid of the carbon dioxide and get rid of the carbon dioxide before we go back to the heart and we can start again. Okay, so we go back to the heart and then to the lungs to collect oxygen. So heart to lungs to collect oxygen, to the body to allow respiration to happen, back to the lungs to get rid of the waste, and then back to the heart so we can start the whole thing again. Okay, now we're going to look at the heart in both a single circulatory system and a double circulatory system. Now here we've got the fish heart. You can see here that the blood comes round into the atrium. So like the atrium at school, it fills up, okay, it then goes to the ventricle, which pumps the blood around the body. Okay, so we get that single circulatory system. Okay, so it comes into the atrium, then to the ventricle, which then goes round. Now if we compare that to an animal heart, again it comes into the atrium, down into the ventricle, and then is pumped out. They've got the left hand side here, and then we've got the right hand side where we've got the atrium that comes in and then the ventricle which goes out again. Now compared to a single circulatory system, the double circulatory system, the blood is under a much higher pressure, and this allows the materials to be transported around the body a lot quicker. Now, ideas about circulation have changed over time. Now, in about 200 AD, a Greek doctor by the name of Galen had an idea that blood flowed from the liver to the heart similar to a tide. So it would go up and then down, and then up and then down. Now he came up with this idea by watching gladiators and treating the gladiators. He also had the ideas that heart was pumped around the body using blood vessels, which we obviously now know to be pretty accurate. Right, let's delete that one as well. Now, later on, in 1628, a British scientist by the name of Harvey, and that's him there, came up with the idea that blood was pumped around the body through blood vessels. He found that arteries carried blood away and that veins carried blood back. He found that the arteries were under high pressure and the veins had valves to prevent backflow. Okay, so we have looked at the different types of circulatory system and how simple things like amoebas can get their nutrients and oxygen into the body. We've looked at open and closed circulatory systems, single and double circulatory systems, and we've looked at how the ideas of circulation have changed over time. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you again. Bye bye.